Hi astrology lovers, let's see what the week from the 5th till the 12th of September will bring us astrologically speaking. And I'm Lada from Astrolada.com. Subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook, the page is Astrolada. But let's look at the week ahead. Well, there are a few astrological events that are happening this week. One of the major ones is that Saturn and Neptune are making their last square. Actually, Saturn and Neptune have been in a square aspect very close to each other since 1 year now. And this is the last closing square for Saturn and Neptune. Basically, it closes a 36-year cycle between Saturn and Neptune. And basically, since last autumn till, I would say finally till the end of September this year, but the exact last final third square is next week, this coming week basically. And this has been, we've witnessed it around us in the world as well, in the everyday world and in our personal lives. This is the hard aspect. Saturn and Neptune are two big players. We saw how did it manifest over the one last year in the world, well, the immigrant wave in Europe, because Neptune is about removing boundaries, and Saturn is about putting restrictions and orders. So basically it was this whole problem that happened in Europe with immigration, and I guess it's happening everywhere around the world since the last 1 year. Immigrations and immigrants infiltrating other countries, barriers following, and at the same time the government, which is Saturn, trying to regulate this whole process, creating lots of tension between these two processes. In the political world, we saw it as lots of lies coming to the surface. Neptune rules deception, illusions, ideological deceptions, and Saturn is governments, people in control, people in the governmental bodies. So we saw over the last year how a lot of people stopped believing in politicians, and a lot of lies from politicians and from people in power and structures and organizations and hierarchies, not necessarily just politicians, but big corporations as well are ruled by Saturn. Saturn in Sagittarius also rules the law system, the law-abiding forces, the law-creating forces as well, and any kind of governments as well, and international policies. We saw how disillusions, because Neptune is about lies, and all those kind of crystallize in our everyday awareness, and not even giving you as an example the Hillary Clinton scandal that happened with the emails and a lot of others. I don't follow politics so closely, but definitely these have been escalating, and this is the last final close down between Neptune and Saturn. And basically what happened is that over the last year, particularly even the most idealistic people and even the most average people, they started realizing that politics and structures and big hierarchies, there are some deceptions and lying coming to the surface there. So the truth crashing down. And actually in the personal life of people this also manifested, since Saturn has been squaring Neptune. Many of us, especially people that have planets Sun, Moon or Ascendant or other planets in Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces or Gemini, witnessed that over the last 1 year, and this is the last time it's happening. Something that they had as an ideal, something that, which is Neptune, something that they had in their head, that this is how it is, things are, or idealizing it or seeing it almost like wearing rose glasses in regards to something in your life, that Saturn came and kind of brought in reality, like a wave crashing. And deceptions, self-deceptions or deceptions from others or illusions that were in your life, they crystallized, they became clear for many people. I know quite a few Virgo ascendants or Sagittarius or Gemini or Pisces, Sun, Moon or Ascendant people that have the Saturn rules structures and Neptune dissolved those structures. So many of those people had like very important structures in their life dissolve, structures that they thought they'll be always there, because Neptune is like, you know, dissolving influence, Saturn is structures, Neptune is lies, Saturn is crystallization, so self-deceptions or lies that people have been telling themselves, so unconsciously been believing in, they came crashing down, so some kind of finding out of truth. Because Saturn is a corrective planet, Saturn is a planet of realism, and Neptune is what you idealize, and those two planets were battling it out. So something you either idealize or you thought it's like how it's always going to be, or you kind of were not very clear about what was happening about it, and Saturn came and corrected that by possibly even breaking a few hearts and possibly even dissolving quite a few illusions or breaking through those illusions. And a lot of structures were dissolved. Again, I keep repeating in personal lives, but this is the last time. So after that, I guess a lot more Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgos and Pisces will not have such painful realizations and understandings of truth that, or dissolving of boundaries and structures in their life. And not only if you're one of those 4 signs, everyone in this world felt those influence of Saturn and Pisces that's been going on for the last 1 year. And this is the last week, the last 1 or 2 weeks, but there is the possibility of escalation of such realizations about some truths that were clearer. And also very likely Saturn ruled people like Capricorns, like Aquarians, like I am Aquarius ascendant, or Sun Moon in Capricorns or Aquarius, or Sun Moon or ascendant in those signs. Because Saturn rules you and Neptune was squaring our planet for the past 1 year, maybe they had the sense of kind of confusion, ambivalence, because Neptune can bring to Capricorn ruled, Saturn ruled people, Capricorns or Aquarius, kind of uncertainty about the future, confusion, some dissatisfaction with some old structures in your life, but still uncertainty as to what to do, where to head. And not only Capricorns and, you know, those 4 mutable signs or Aquarius, that it was happening in Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini and Virgo, but everyone would have felt possibly on some level in their life the need to let go of some old structure, but still being unclear, maybe being unhappy with some in regards to their career, being unhappy with some responsibilities that they have, which is Saturn, and still not being able to know exactly why they're dissatisfied, maybe feeling stuck a lot as well. And this is the final square between Neptune and Saturn, so after that you'll have the opportunity to come out of this feeling of stagnation, which you're dissatisfied with some structure or some responsibilities or rules in your life, but at the same time you're confused as to what to do with those, and you're not sure which direction to take. Or maybe this is the last time over the next few weeks where there can be final dissolution of some structures, and this is a wrapping up process. This is the end of that, of dissolving boundaries, and structures in your life, and also of seeing through some lies and some deceptions, and correcting those and seeing the hard truth and reality on any different levels, for every person who's in a different area of their life. But anyway, that's one of the big news, and that's the last time. That's the good news as well. And on another level, we have Jupiter entering into Libra, where it's gonna stay till next October 2017. That's a huge astrological event. I spoke in depth how it's gonna affect each person in my September videos 2016, so you can watch those for each sign. But there will be a huge shift starting gradually from next week. Those who are more attuned psychologically, spiritually, will start feeling it already, but there is a huge shift in where luck and opportunities can come from. And actually, I've even done a special webinar which you can purchase for just $29, which speaks particularly for you what it affects in your horoscope and what you can expect over the next 1 year, areas of growth, areas of opportunities, because when Jupiter changes signs, for every person, those areas of opportunity and growth where you have the green light to proceed and where the universe will support you with ease and bring you kind of like doors opening easy, will be changing, will be shifting into a different area of your life. And depends very much on what time you're born, which year. In that webinar, Jupiter in Libra 2016-2017, I teach everyone, even without you knowing absolutely any astrology, and I write to you in a mail what influence exactly Jupiter will have specifically to you when you send me your chart, and you can listen to those 3-hour webinar and see exactly where you can find opportunities for growth. But there is a big shift, and actually over the next 12 months, starting with next week, opportunities will be coming more through partnerships, through business deals, through cooperating with others, because Libra is the sign of partnership, cooperating, working with others. And Libras will definitely be having once in 12-year opportunity, Libra ascendants on the moon, for new beginnings, for new social program, new opportunities that come to them, and inspiration and doors opening easier. Some of you earlier, some of you later, some of you towards October 2017, later born Libras, some of you at the beginning. But that's a big one, you know. So the shift of energy is coming with Jupiter entering Libra. And Jupiter is not particularly strong there, but at the same time it works more positively by building bridges, you looking for support from others, cooperating with others, and, you know, kind of negotiating, making deals with others, sort of making compromises. It's very important to be making compromises in the next 12 months. This is how opportunities will come. And Mercury continues to be retrograde next week. It means, you know, you have to make sure that you check more carefully the details, sending emails, anything to do with recording, with speaking, communicating, editing, writing, managing, advertising, marketing, anything written, spoken. Basically 90% of all careers are Mercury based nowadays in our white collar society, because they use rationality. So make sure you check your details, make sure you might have to be arranging some documents, renegotiating, planning and rescheduling, making different business plans in some sort. And by the way, those of you who missed my webinar on retrograde planets in the birth chart, it was amazingly successful. It lasted 3 hours. People said it gave them a totally different perspective on their horoscopes, because they felt like their life, like that they were almost like branded as slow with all those retrograde planets. But I gave a totally different and ancient perspective on retrograde planets. So if you missed this one, I'm putting a link for it here so you can purchase it and find out what it means to have retrograde planets in your life. Are you a loser, or do you have more special talents than others, actually? And another thing that is happening, Venus is in Libra. Who's gonna feel it? Libras born in the first week of October. All Libras who have their ascendant or their moon from around 7 to around 15 degrees in Libra. And basically Libras that are born the first week of October, Venus will be transiting over their sun on their birthday, which means that the next 1 year will be much more Venusian for them, which means it will be much more focused on relationships, on pleasures. Some kind of gift of the universe will come to them. And early born Libras will, not early born, but early October born Libras, the first 7 days, will experience, especially now in the next 1 week, some positive Venusian things, support, ease, pleasant sensual experiences, even some kind of romantic experience, feeling more loved, feeling more self-love or more appreciated. They can be more charming, they can receive support more easily, and even some kind of signs of affection from others, even tangible ones. So anyway, that's what the overall week looks for everyone. Thank you so much. I'm going to be making a webinar very soon on stelliums in the horoscope. I'm thinking of doing it in the middle of September. And those of you who want to subscribe, they can write to me, or I can put the link there to that webinar. Stelliums means when you have 3 or 4 more planets in one horoscope. We'll speak about what the mission of those people in this lifetime is. This is a very complicated thing to have, and often very difficult, but they have a special mission. They're born with a special mission and purpose in life, which until they fulfill, the universe will keep kicking their ass. So those of you who have stelliums and you want to know what it exactly means and what mission you have, you can subscribe to that webinar, which will be just $30. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. And this week is between 2 eclipses. You can take a break now, so to speak. So thank you.